We have studied product of addition of vectors. Now let us consider product of two vectors. We know that product of two numbers is a number. Product of two matrices is a matrix. We may multiply two functions in two ways, pointwise or composition of two functions. We have studied those. Similarly, multiplication of two vectors may be a scalar product and or vector product. Scalar product of two vectors gives a scalar quantity, whereas vector product or cross product of two vectors results in a vector again. Based on these two types of products of vectors, they have found applications in geometry, mechanics, engineering, etc. Okay, these are very important concepts and carry more weightage in this unit. Okay, let us consider scalar product first. The scalar product of two non-zero vectors vector A and vector B is A dot B is equal to modulus of magnitude of A into magnitude of B into cos theta. See, the theta is the angle between the two vectors. Here theta lies between 0 and 5. If either A is 0 or vector B is 0, theta is said to be not defined. Is it okay? What you have to remember is A dot B is equal to A into B cos theta. Some authors may denote modulus of A by simply A, or bolded letter of A indicates vector A. Okay. Some observations of this scalar product. A dot B is magnitude of A into magnitude of B into cos theta. A dot B is a scalar quantity and is a real number. A dot B is equal to 0. A dot B is equal to 0 when cos theta is 0. Cos theta is 0 when theta is 5 by 2. Therefore, A dot B is 0 if and only if A and B are perpendicular. Theta is 90 means those two should be perpendicular. So, A dot B is 0 if and only if A is perpendicular to vector A is perpendicular to vector B. If theta is 0, then A dot B is modulus of A into modulus of B into cos 0 is 1. So, A dot B is A into B. That implies A dot A is equal to modulus of A square or simply A square. If theta is phi, means they are in opposite directions. A dot B is equal to minus of A into B. See, since A dot B is 0 implies theta is 90 degree, or suppose I, J, K are the unit vectors along x, y axis. As you see in the earlier video, this is suppose I, this is J, this is K. These three are mutually perpendicular, isn't it? Then what is I dot I, J dot J, K dot K? That is 1. Remember, I dot I, J dot J, because A dot B is equal to modulus of A modulus of B. Since this modulus of I, modulus of j, modulus of k is equal to 1. This is I dot I means that is 1 into 1, 1. I dot j, these two are perpendicular. Whenever these are perpendicular, that leads to 0. So I is perpendicular to j is perpendicular to k, and k is also perpendicular to I, though three are mutually perpendicular to each other. See, you have to remember this result. I dot I is equal to j dot j is equal to k dot k is 1. I dot j and j dot k and k dot I are 0. Okay. Cos theta is a dot b by modulus of a into modulus of b. That means theta is cos inverse of that. See here, the angle between the vectors a and b is given by this formula. That is due to the definition only. A dot b is same as b dot a. That is, it satisfies the commutative property. Properties. A dot b plus c is equal to a dot b plus a dot c. Scalar multiple of a, vector a dot b is same as a dot scalar multiple of b, or it is also same as scalar multiple of a dot b. If a is defined as a1i a2j plus a3k and b is b1i b2j and b3k, then what about a dot b? That is just multiplication. You work out yourself. See here, a1 a2 a3, three terms are here. Here also three terms. You have to consider any one and multiply all these three terms. Suppose a1i into dot b1i, or a1 b1. See here, I will write one term, that is a1i plus a2j plus a3k dot b1i plus b2j plus b3k. Now this implies these are scalars a1 due to this property, a1 b1 I dot I, okay, plus suppose consider with this a2 b1, this is j dot I, since it is commutative property, scalar multi product is commutative, so j dot I and I dot j are same, and plus a3 b1 k dot I. Are you following? See here only this is 1, these are all zeros. Similarly, if you take b2 with these three terms, you will get again three terms, and with next third term b3 again three terms. In all the cases you will get b2j and a2j, that is only one, remaining terms are 0. Here b3k and a3k, so a3 into b3 plus a3 into b3 k dot k, isn't it? You try yourself, okay, you write further 6 terms more. So these types of I dot j, j dot I, k dot I dot k vanishes. Only what the terms which are remaining is I dot I, j dot j and k dot k. So this implies, and these are ones. So finally a dot b is given by a1 b1 plus a2 b2 plus a3 b3. So this is the result you have to remember. Okay, if a and b are given in component forms, then a dot scalar product of a and b is given by a1 b1 a2 b2 a3 b3. So another important concept here is projection of a vector. Suppose L is a directed line and AB is a vector which makes angle theta with L. AB is a vector A which makes angle theta with L. Then the projection of this vector on L is given by, suppose you draw a perpendicular line. Okay, this is the projection AC. This AC, let us call it as B. This vector AC is called as projection vector. Projection of A on B called as projection of A on B. Remember, if vector A makes an angle theta with the directed line L, then this AC is the projection vector of A on L, or B is the projection vector of A on L. Okay, as this forms the right angle triangle, magnitude of B is same as magnitude of A into cos theta, or cos theta is equal to B by A. So that leads to magnitude of A into cos theta. This B is called as projection vector. Okay, this may be in a different form. Suppose this is acute angle. Here theta lies between 0 and 5 by 2. Here theta is in the second quadrant, that is 5 by 2 to 5. Here theta is 3 5 by 2, 5 to 3 5 by 2, and theta is lies between 3 5 by 2 and 5 to 5. Okay, see here the projection here is, suppose AB is the vector A, then projection is in this direction. This is vector B. Projection vector is AC. Similarly, this one, this is AC and this is P here. Okay, similarly vector B is here. You got it? The projection vector of AB along L is AC in all the cases. So remember these results. Projection of A on B is given by A dot B cap. B cap means unit vector along vector B. A dot vector B divided by its magnitude. Yesterday you have studied unit vector in the direction of A is given by A vector A divided by modulus of A. Similarly for B. If theta is 0, then projection of AB is AB only. Sorry, this is AB only, because that coincides. Okay, if theta is phi, then this B comes to this side and that is BA. AB is equal to BA or minus AB. Okay. See, if alpha beta gamma are the direction angles of A. Then A, suppose A is A1i, A2j and A3k. Then cos alpha is given by, see, this is due to cos theta is equal to A dot B divided by modulus of A modulus of B, isn't it? See, this I cap is nothing but 1 0 0, isn't it? So I magnitude is equal to square root of 1 plus 0 0, that is 1. Similarly for J and K. Okay, so here cos alpha is given by cos theta is A dot B divided by magnitude of A into magnitude of B. Similarly, cos alpha is here, suppose A is defined like this. This is A dot I, B is I here, divided by magnitude of A, and magnitude of I is 1. So you need not write that. Similarly, cos beta is A dot J divided by magnitude of A. Cos gamma is A dot K divided by magnitude of A. You got it? See, what is A? A is A1, A2, A3 dot 1 0 0 divided by magnitude of A, isn't it? See, scalar product A1, A2, A3, 1 0 0 means A1 into 1, A2 into 0 plus A3 into 0. That means this turns out to be A1 by magnitude of A. Similarly, this is A1, A2, A3 dot 0 1 0. J is 0 1 0. This is only for A2 into 1, remaining 0. So this is A2 divided by magnitude of A, and this is A1, A2, A3 0 0 1 dot here divided by magnitude of A. This implies A1 into 0 plus A2 into 0, A3 into 1, that is A3 by. Okay, so this implies what? Magnitude A1 is equal to, see here, if you cross multiply magnitude of A into cos alpha, and A2 is equal to magnitude of A into cos beta, and A3 is magnitude of A into cos gamma. Okay. So A1, A2, A3 are the direction ratios. Now A1, A2, A3 are nothing but, okay, it is also direction ratio, and these are the projections of A. Projections of A. We are finding about the projections. A1, A2, A3 are the projections of A along x-axis, or OX, OY and OZ. Okay, projection of A along OX is A1, projection of OY along projection of A along OY is A2, projection of A along OZ is A3. Two results are here. For any vectors, two vectors A and B, A dot B modulus is less than or is equal to product of modulus of vector A and modulus of vector B. See, you know that A dot B is equal to magnitude of A, magnitude of B cos theta. Let us take modulus on both sides. So this is modulus A is modulus of A only, and modulus of cos theta. This is A dot B divided by modulus of A to modulus of B is equal to modulus of cos theta. As cos theta lies between -1 and +1, modulus of this value should be less than or equal to 1 only. So this directly implies A dot B is less than or is equal to product of magnitudes of A and B. So this is called as Cauchy-Schwarz inequality. There are many inequalities, Chebyshev's inequality and all. For any vectors A and B, modulus of A plus B is less than or is equal to modulus of A plus modulus of B. This is another inequality called triangle inequality. We know that A plus B modulus whole square is equal to A plus B whole square. Magnitude of A square is A dot A. That is nothing but A plus B dot A plus B. If you multiply, take the scalar product A dot A plus A dot B plus B dot A plus B dot B. As scalar product is commutative, that is 2 times A dot B. So A dot A is modulus of A square, B dot B is modulus of B square. So if you take the modulus, that will be less than or is equal to this one. Whenever if you take modulus throughout the inequality, this will be more than this without this factor. So if you compare these two, then this will be more. Okay. So that is less than or is equal to A plus B whole square. If you take the square root, magnitude of A plus B is equal to magnitude of A plus magnitude of B. If magnitude of A plus B is equal to magnitude of A plus magnitude of B, that is vector AC is equal to vector AB plus BC, vector BC. That implies ABC are collinear. If magnitude of A plus B is equal to magnitude of A plus magnitude of B, then from the diagram that AC is equal to AB plus BC, it is not AC, this is BC. That means A plus B, AC should become A plus AB plus BC, means this should be coincide with the AB plus BC. That is ABC are collinear, or B is a point on AC. Find the angle between A and B, where magnitudes of A and B are 1 and 2. Okay. What is given here? Given that magnitude of A is equal to 1, magnitude of B is equal to 2, and A dot B is equal to 1. That much information is given. See, find the angle cos theta A dot B is equal to magnitude of A into magnitude of B into cos theta. So cos theta is equal to A dot B divided by magnitude of A into magnitude of B. Okay, that is 1 into 2 or half. So cos theta is half means theta should be, therefore theta is equal to how much? 5 by 3, 60 degree. Find the angle between A and B. Straightforward question it is. Cos theta is equal to A dot B divided by magnitude of A and magnitude of B. What is A dot B? A is nothing but 1 minus 1 dot 1 minus 1 and 1 whole divided by square root of 1 plus 1 plus 1 squares, 1 square plus 1 square plus minus 1 square into 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square. So numerator is, see, A dot B. A dot B is equal to A1 B1 plus A2 B2 plus A3 B3. So A1 B1 is 1 into 1 into 1 plus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 plus minus 1 into 1 whole divided by root 3 into root 3, or that is 1 minus 1 minus 1, that is minus 1 by root 3 into 3 is 3. So cos theta is 1 by root 3. So theta is equal to how much? Cos inverse of 1 by 3. Okay. If A is 5 I cap minus j cap minus 3 k cap, B is I cap plus 3 j cap minus 5 k cap, then show that A plus B and A minus B are perpendicular. See, here you have to add the two vectors, hence you have to get A plus B. Then you have to take the difference A minus B, that is another vector. In order to show that those two are perpendicular, you have to find vector A plus vector B dot vector A minus vector B is equal to 0. A dot B is 0 if and only if A and B are perpendicular, if and only if A dot B is 0. Okay. See, A is given that 5 minus 1 minus 3. Are you following? B is 1, 3 and minus 5. A plus B, vector A plus vector B is, add this, 6, 2 and minus 8. A minus B is, subtract this, 5 minus 1, 4, minus 1 minus 3, minus 4, minus 3 minus of minus 5 plus 2. Okay, now to show that these two are perpendicular, consider the dot product of a plus b into a minus b is equal to 6 2 minus 8 dot 4 minus 4 and 2 is equal to 6 into 4 is 24. As I told you earlier, a dot b is equal to a1 b1 plus a2 b2 plus a3 b3. I am using this rule. See, 6 into 4 a1 b1 plus a2 b2 2 into minus 4 plus minus 8 into 2, that is 24 minus 8 minus 16 is equal to 0. Therefore, a plus b is perpendicular to a minus b. Okay. Find the projection of a 2i plus 3j plus 2k on b I plus 2j plus k. Projection of a on b. Projection of a on b is, what is that? A dot b cap, or this is a dot b magnitude of b. What is a dot b? That is 2, 3 and 2 dot 1, 2, 1 divided by magnitude of b means 1 square plus 2 square plus 1 square, that is equal to 2 into 1 plus 3 into 2 plus 2 into 1 whole divided by root 6, that is 2 plus 6 plus 2, 4 plus 6 is 10, 10 over root 6. Find modulus of a minus b. If magnitude of a is 2, magnitude of b is 3, a dot b is 4. Okay, here you have to use this rule, a dot a minus b dot a minus b. This rule you have to apply. Okay, that is a dot a minus b dot a minus a dot b minus b dot b plus it is a dot a is magnitude of a. This you have to remember, as in the earlier case, a minus b whole square is a minus b dot a minus b. Similarly, a dot a is nothing but magnitude of vector a squared. As a dot b is same as b dot a minus 2 times a dot b plus magnitude of b squared, that is magnitude of A square is 2 square minus 2 times AB is 2 into 4 plus 3 square. This is 8, that is 5. Okay, so magnitude of A minus B whole square is this. A minus B is asked, so that is root of 5. Since it is magnitude, you need not write plus or minus, only plus. If A is a unit vector and x minus A dot x plus A is equal to 8, then find modulus of x. A is a unit vector, what is given here? Magnitude of A is 1 and x minus A dot x plus A vectors is equal to 8. See, okay, let us find this. X minus A x plus A is equal to x dot x minus A dot x and yes plus A dot x minus A dot A, that is magnitude of x square. This get cancelled as plus and minus, minus magnitude of A square. You want write one more term, this magnitude of this. Okay, that is equal to magnitude of x you have to find, minus 1, this is equal to 8, therefore magnitude of x square is 9 or magnitude of x is 3. Once it is asked, show that the points A, B, C are collinear. Here you have to find the AB sides, AB, BC and AC. How to find AB? Vector AB. Yesterday in the earlier video you studied that PQ, x2 minus x1 I, x2, isn't it? x2 minus 1 minus of minus 2 I plus x2 minus this 2 minus 3 j plus 3 minus 5 k. Okay, that is 3I minus j minus 2k. AB, BC, B and C, 7 minus 1, 7 minus 1I and no j terms plus 0 minus 2 j plus minus 1 minus 3 k is equal to 6I minus 2j minus 4k. Okay. Similarly, AC is this one, 7 minus of minus, that is 0 minus 3 j plus minus 1 minus 5, 9i minus 3j minus 6k. Okay. Now you have to find the magnitudes of this, that is square root of maybe 3 squared plus 1 square plus 2 square, that is how much? 9 plus 4 13 root 14. BC is 6 square plus 2 square plus 4 square, 36 plus 4, that is 36 plus 4 40 plus 16 56. 56 means 4 into 14, isn't it? So that is 2 times root 14, isn't it? AC is square root of 9 square plus 3 square plus 6 square, that is 81 plus 9 90 plus 36 126, isn't it? 89 plus 9 90 plus 36, yes. So 126 means 9 into 14, so 3 times root 14. Since AC is equal to AB plus BC, the third side is sum of these two. ABC are collinear. A points ABC are collinear. Okay. Here the sides